Oh, it's fly.
Why am I crying? I'm alright. Love you. I've been pushing this stuff back for so long that it's just so hard, answering these questions. It's been really, really, really difficult. It was my anchor.
Want to try these?
I remember when she was born, he took a picture of his hand on my chest, and I was holding her, and he said, God gave me my life back. I just miss him. I miss him, and I'm mad at him.
Yeah, that's your daddy.
It all happened so fast. It pissed me the hell off. Because I wanted him to come home so bad.
My phone's been shot.
Does he have any serious bleeding?
Yeah.
Do you have any ambulance on the way to the lab?
Where's the ambulance? Where's the way?
Hey, still squeeze folks.
Okay, please come in, please.
We're coming.
Please hurry up.
Honey?
Where's he shot at?
Right here.
He's got one in the chest and exit in the back. Stay with us, buddy. Come on now.
Ken, you're not gonna go nowhere.
Stop moving, buddy.
No, you're not.
Yeah, just bring him up.
Got this, baby.
Let's go this way.
Baby, you're gonna be okay.
I gotta go.
For homicide detectives, their chance of solving a murder is cut in half if they don't get a lead within the first 48 hours.
I'm heading to an area in the northwest part of the city in Osage County. The victim apparently was shot out in the driveway and managed to make it inside the house, but has unfortunately died of his injuries.
The victim suffered gunshot wounds to the chest, arm, and leg, and doctors were unable to save him.
I've been in the unit for around 10 and a half years, and it's my 80th.
What do we know?
The victim name is Kim Hayes. 26-year-old Kim Hayes was born and raised in Tulsa in a close-knit family. He worked for an industrial manufacturer and just celebrated his daughter's first birthday.
We got a search waiver signed. Search waiver by the mom. This is his mom's house.
Mom and the girlfriend live here.
All right. We got blood trails everywhere. There's blood trail on that side of the car. Blood trail down here. Where's he now? I just found him now. There's a gun in the garage. Blood all over that gun.
The gun is a .380.
So do we think that's victims?
Maybe. Fucking casings.
The team finds 5 casings scattered across the driveway
Casings on it.
and into the street.
All of our cartridge cases are 380s.
Did he have your phone? The phone's out there in the driveway.
I got a password for the victim's phone. Slime.
It's an interesting password.
I'll send myself.
Got a pill bottle.
The name on this pill bottle is Charles Boaz, and it's hydrocodone.
An opioid pain medication Hydrocodone is commonly sold on the streets.
According to the neighbors, there's been lots of foot traffic and vehicle traffic from this house recently. Probably drug related.
I'm gonna holler at this witness that's next door over here. Hi there. How are you? Jason White.
Yes.
What did you see?
Well, here I go to bed. I heard some argument outside. I looked out my window. It was the victim and two other guys' eyes. Takes your heart rate up to 100 level. The gas is standing open. She got loaded like houses rounds. Like over.
What does the victim do next?
Wife thinks she saw him get up, and I think he let him turn fire.
What did the guys look like?
Okay. Tall, about 6'1". It wasn't the first time I've heard people coming in and out.
Did I understand? Is there a lot of traffic over here? Like short-term traffic?
That has been last year or so, but I thought maybe since we had a baby, Bobby would kind of clean some things up.
Thanks a million. I really do appreciate your time. Those two guys were fighting with him here, and then the suspect was over the top of him shooting. One of the suspects was shooting into him multiple times. He says that I thought after he had that baby, I thought maybe he calmed down or something. We got the victim's mom and girlfriend being taken downtown. I'm gonna go talk to them right now. I'd like to get the story as quick as possible. I'm thinking we talk to the girlfriend first. What do you think?
Yeah.
I don't know that the mom's really going to know the ins and outs of what's going on. Let's talk to the girlfriend. Okay, let's do this. All right. My name's Jason White. This is Ronnie Leatherman.
Hi.
I'm sorry that you're having to deal with any of this.
Yeah, I just don't get it.
Huh?
I just don't understand.
Yeah, I there's really never any real good explanation for any of these. But I think that you're going to be able to really shed some light for me and help me out, okay? Tell me what happened tonight.
Well, it's just like any other night. We have a nightly routine with her. She has dinner like around 7:45, and then we lay her down. When it's time to lay her down, we lay down together. And he was all like,
She says Kim was texting someone while they were putting their daughter to bed.
as soon as she fell asleep, he hopped up, and he left the room. And he went straight to the garage, and he opened the garage door. I went to the bathroom to grab a cigarette, and I was going to go out there, because that's what I do. And I just heard these loud noises, and I know gunshots sound like, I want to say maybe 9 gunshots, like just over and over and over and over. And then it registered, and I was like, Kim's in trouble. You know, I dart for the door, and I opened the door, and he just started yelling, get down, get down. Fixed the threshold of the garage door, and just over and over and over and over and over. And then that's when I noticed blood, and then he immediately turned around, looks at me, and he goes, call the ambulance, call the ambulance. Blood's coming out of his mouth. He's coming down the stairs. I went up and grabbed towels because his mom met us at the stairs. I'm like, kid's been shot, kid's been shot. I went and grabbed towels, and I applied pressure. I put his head in my lap, and I just like kept hitting him as hard as I could every time he kept like closing his eyes. I told him, like, you're strong, you can do this, you know, you're young, you've done this before. He just got shot 3 times in the stomach last year.
Was she going to sleep? Was he messing on his phone while you guys were laying down there or something?
Yes.
She says she asked Kim who he was texting.
It's like, it's my friend Charles. And I'm like, I've never heard that name before. He was Charles. And I said, so what's going on? What's the deal? And he said, well, Charles is supposed to bring him some Roxy's to sell.
Tell me what the heck Roxy's are again, remind me.
Roxy's like Oxycontin, I guess. Roxy's was one of the main things that he really sold.
Did he happen to say Charles was coming with anybody else?
No, he did not. After he was shot, Kim had his head in my lap. I kept asking him because I remember the name Charles. And I said, what is Charles's last name? And he kept trying to say something, but I couldn't understand what it was. I said, Charles who? Charles who? And all I heard was Charles Boaz. But now I know it's Boaz.
How did you know?
I messaged a childhood friend of Kim's. They went to school together when they were kids. And they all went to Central together.
Kim's friend told her that Charles Boaz is an old classmate from high school.
I'm trying to put it together in my head because I am familiar with that. You know, I had lived a very bad lifestyle before we got pregnant with her. And I changed my lifestyle around. And Kim did too for the most part. And then I just think he just, you know, when he gets tired. Right after we had her, Kim and I kind of went from being really close friends to we actually, you know, fell in love. Like,
Sure.
he had, before she turned a year old, gave me a promise ring. Like, we were on our way to, you know, getting her own place and doing her own thing.
Well, right now I'm going to start talking to his mother. Thank you. She's legit. His girlfriend is trying to help. She said that Charles, that she doesn't know, but he was supposed to show up over there. Right after this had happened, starts telling her the name. She then communicates with one of his friends. He ends up giving her the name of Boaz, and that's consistent with the pill bottle out in the driveway. I mean, that guy's going to be involved. There's no brainer. So we're on the right path with him, but I would like to get a little bit more. She's being very strong. It's going to hit her like a ton of bricks before long, but she's going to be strong for that kid right now.
Okay. Detective Jason White turns to Kim's mother.
We're very sorry. What happened tonight?
So I was downstairs and watching Longmire. And yeah, I just heard some rat-a-tat-tat things. Next thing I knew, they were coming in the front door. And he was saying he'd been shot.
Did you ever hear him say who shot him?
No, not at all.
Okay.
It was just some work thing.
Do you know anything about what he's been doing, or does he have a lot of people come over for various reasons? No?
No.
Okay.
That was my house. But there's
No, you're fine.
You know, there's a lot I don't know. I don't know what my son's been involved in, but he promised me that he's not involved in anything. But I don't know if you're a parent or not, but
I don't believe. Yeah.
Not all that long ago.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not like I think he's innocent or anything, but
Yeah.
Kim was doing fine working every day. I mean, he couldn't wait to get to work in the morning.
Yeah. You have a pretty good relationship with her, though.
I mean, she stresses me out completely.
Does she?
Extremely. But I love her, you know. You know, they're there because she got pregnant with Chloe. And that's what kind of started this saga. But she was homeless when I picked
Yeah.
my daughter's mind up.
She's got a long road ahead of her, but I'm sure you're going to be able to help her. Yeah. She's going to be living at your house temporarily, I'm sure, right?
Yeah, she'll be living there. My focus, of course, is Chloe.
With her.
Nice to see you.
Well, you won't be able to see him at the medical examiner's office. I mean, you can see him at the funeral home. I don't know. I know. I know. I can't even imagine what you're feeling right now. My goal is for justice to be served. If anything comes up, don't hesitate. All right. I'm sorry.
Okay.
That's a cute grandbaby. They're both good to go. Thank you. Kim's mom, she absolutely is in a state of shock right now. Her whole world's getting turned upside down.
These are funny.
Seeing people going through this, if we weren't affected by that a little bit, then we probably shouldn't be doing this job.
So we've got the data from the phone.
Using Kim's password, Sergeant Nathan Schilling scans through his text messages leading up to the murder.
Here's where maybe the problem was. it was going to be a pill deal.
Yeah, he was bringing him Roxy's to sell.
Kim had concern about whether they were real or not. Kim says, all right, G, look, bro, like I said, I got a baby now, so I'm not playing no games. I'm just a numbers guy. As long as our numbers stay straight, we gonna eat, G. And whoever was coming to meet him says, what do you mean? I'm confused. They real, no press. But you know, you pulling up, I'm gonna raise the garage door.
Okay, what time is that?
10:51.
Yeah, that's the guy. That's
10:52, pulling up. 10:53. Bet. And that's his last going.
Yeah, that's the guy.
Message. The number our victim was messaging back and forth with, that was gonna be delivering pills, checks to a Charles Boaz.
Here's a recent picture of Charles from when he was arrested last year.
27-year-old Charles Boaz is a local rap artist and has no prior felony convictions.
Here's the deal. We know that Charles Boaz was there. That's a no-brainer. His pill bottle's in the freaking street. But we got to build this case up. I want to be able to make an arrest of this cat, you know? And there's another guy that was with him, too. You have to watch the body cam. I want to see what that video shows.
White hopes body cam footage from first responders will turn up a lead.
If that video shows the victim saying that name, I think from that, we're good.
We got the officer's body camera video finally uploaded, so we're going to watch it and see if our victim gives any more details about what happened.
Hey, those police parked. We're coming. Where's he shot at?
Right here.
He's got one in the chest and exit in the back.
Know who the person is.
What is his name? What's his name?
It's really, really powerful piece of evidence. I think that would fall in the category of dying declaration.
What's his name again? Charles Boaz?
With a dying declaration, the person who's dying, you have to talk to them and tell them, hey, there's a good chance you're going to die. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, I understand I'm about to die. Here's who did it. And if you jump through those hoops, then that stuff can get used in court. Hopefully, we'll be able to use this as a dying declaration. But I don't think it's going to be an issue as far as getting Charles Boaz arrested. There's a pill bottle right where the shooting happened in our suspect's name. The last person that our victim's talking with is this Charles Boaz, so I think we're plenty good to get him.
Tomorrow morning, we'll put everything together and we'll submit it to the DA and we'll get an arrest warrant.
There's still the question of the second person when the shooting happened, so I mean, just because Charles was there doesn't necessarily mean he's the shooter. It could be this other guy that we don't know about.
Since Kim was murdered.
We just got the warrant signed for Charles Boaz. I've notified our fugitive warrants unit to start the hunt.
The team hits several known addresses for Charles Boaz.
There's an address that I got in Jinx that I'll send you. Go for it.
But one after another.
He's setting up on a truck that is linked with Boaz.
They come up empty.
The most important thing for me right now is to get Mr. Boaz in custody, and then we'll go from there.
In the first 48, Tulsa homicide responded to the murder of Kim Hayes, gunned down in his mother's driveway. Learned an eyewitness saw two men struggle with Kim before one of them shot him. Discovered Kim made a dying declaration naming Charles Boaz as one of the suspects. but had been unable to track him down.
Okay. Which one? Kim was he was an amazing person. He was gonna be more to me and mean more to me than I had ever thought when I met him. I had been living on the street since I was 16, and I was into hardcore drugs, and that's kind of like the scene he was in. I was in a really dark place when I met him. 3 months before I had her, I moved in. He was a phenomenal father. He didn't push back in anything regarding her. He was very understanding, almost to a point to where it was annoying. But I loved him for it. I just know that he got really desperate. He was trying to figure out, what can I do to make ends meet plus, and feel secure and not feel like I'm going to be at my mom's house for the rest of my life. So, that's really hard on somebody. I think he wanted to be a lot like his father. His dad was there for him. And when his dad passed away, it devastated him.
We come from a rough part of this city. We weren't on the greatest paths in high school, neither one of us. Especially after he lost his dad.
Over the years, they would talk about dad as how he wants to be, a better person for himself and his daughter,
He had been in some trouble, had some things on his record. As we all know, as people in the system that we're in, once you have a blemish, it becomes very, very hard to overcome that.
He was working his job, and he was always talking about how he wanted to, provide for his family, have him his own spot, and just as a father would do. Try to do your best to take care of your family. And, we all make mistakes. He wasn't a perfect person, but he was still a good person.
18 hours into the search for Charles Boaz.
This morning, the Fugitive Warrants guys, they basically been setting up surveillance on the potential house where Charles Boaz may have been staying. They've set up surveillance at that location. Apparently, they've followed them to another location. They think that they've got him spotted. He's sitting in a car, and that's where we're at. They're maintaining surveillance at this moment.
I'll circle around and mark closed door. We're probably good. Let's do this. Control North 21 Mike Drive. Chase Washington. We're good.
He's in custody. Perfect. Whether he's the shooter or not, he's involved. So, we'll see. This kid doesn't seem like somebody that's just an arch criminal type. And I really want to know who the second guy is. And that's he's got to tell me that, or otherwise I don't know how I'm going to find that out 100%.
Nearly 3 days since Kim was murdered, Charles Boaz is brought to homicide.
I'd like to have an opportunity to speak to him. Hey, man. Charles. Sit up for me.
I want a lawyer.
Okay. We're going to get your fingerprints, and we're going to get your DNA. He's not going to be speaking to me.
They get in a fight.
Witness lives next door saw some sort of a physical altercation.
Look, he has got his hands taped up. Band-aids. Perfect. Thank you. I need to photograph that. Man, I love it.
He's going to have to be transported to Osage County.
What are you doing? Fill something out for me? Pull in. Pull in the dresser.
innocent on the table. Okay, well, the evidence isn't supporting that right now.
With no leads on the second suspect,
We're gonna head back over to the area where this homicide happened, re-canvass a couple of houses where they may have some video.
detectives hope someone in Kim's neighborhood has surveillance video from the night he was murdered.
Hey, I'm Detective White. We were gonna take your cameras, okay?
Yes.
How are you? I need that guy's car on video. You got a Ring doorbell camera.
Yeah, they put that in yesterday.
Oh, okay.
But nothing turns up.
For the second guy in this, once I do find out who he is, maybe he'll come around and tell me what happened.
Go by without any leads. And then, detectives get some welcome news.
We're going to go to Pawhuska, where we're going to visit with Charles Boaz. His attorney reached out and indicated to us that he was willing to tell us the story. I think that he's starting to see that the case against him is incredibly strong, and he doesn't really have much of a choice but to try to have a little self-preservation.
Detective and Detective Ronnie Leatherman head to Pawhuska in Osage County, where Charles Boaz is being held.
My name's Jason White. Your attorney indicated to me that you wished to make a statement. Basically, just tell me what happened.
The dude, Kim, he sent somebody to me that hustled me.
He claims Kim put him in touch with a man who was going to buy his prescription drugs.
How did you get played?
I gave him some pills, and they gave me an envelope with some napkins in it.
And you left, and then realized that it screwed you over.
Yeah.
How much money are we talking about that his buddy ended up taking you for?
It's like $600 or $700. So I hit Kim up to tell me who the dude was, because I was wanting to beat him up with scamming. He didn't want to give up his dude because he didn't want to be in the middle of it.
There's a lot of messages on his phone between the both of you about pills. You guys were discussing a transaction, is that fair to say?
It wasn't a transaction. It was basically, call the dude over here, let me get my one-on-one with him. I'll let you have these pills. I'm like, man, you set me up. We've been knowing each other for a long time. Like, we were tight. Like, that's up. I never do you like that. Then, lunchtime, when we start fighting, I end up slamming him on the ground. And then they had my arms locked in to where I couldn't move my arm. Then, when that happened, my cousin had got out the car. My cousin pulled me off of him. When he pulled me off of him, Kim got up and started reaching. Like he had something. I took out running. I heard shots shooting back at us. Me and my kinfolk got in the car and drove off.
Who was your cousin, the kinfolk, that came over there with you? I know it's not easy for you.
His name, Lawrence.
Last name?
Mitchell.
After this had happened, your cousin, was he worried?
I know he was worried because he know I'm not that type of dude.
Okay.
It was like some type of situation like, damn, I hope I didn't my big cousin.
Did you know that the guy died?
I didn't know that until 2 days later. I didn't think nothing happened because he was popping back. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right, well, very good.
Thank you.
Back at Homicide.
I think he's minimizing some of his involvement. but he identified his cousin as Lawrence Mitchell. I'm going to pull up Lawrence Mitchell.
23-year-old Lawrence Mitchell performed local gigs as a rapper. He has a previous conviction for possession of a firearm.
He's currently in custody.
Lawrence was arrested 4 months after the murder for failing to appear in court on an unrelated firearm charge.
We are definitely going to make an attempt to try to talk to him.
Lawrence is transported from Tulsa County Jail down to homicide.
It took a little bit of time to get the warrant issued for him. Due to COVID and all this other stuff. Once that happened, we went down to the jail to go pick him up. I hope that Lawrence tells us what's up. You know I know your cousin. I've spoke to him. I just want you to tell me what happened.
I would have never even left out the room, out of my house. You know what I'm saying? If he wouldn't have called me, I'd have been at home. You know what I'm saying? But family do for family. Even though he told or whatever, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I still love him.
Who is this calling you?
It's my big cousin. His name Charles. I'm like, for what? He like, I just need your help. So I got in the car with him. You know, went over there. I'm in the car, it's an altercation.
Do you know the background of what that was all about?
I just know it was over some pills. I guess he owed him some money.
Charles owed him money or vice versa?
Vice versa. He took off on my cousin and told my cousin he wasn't paying him. I was sitting in the car, looked back. I'm like, okay, they just fighting. They gonna be done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fight went on for like 7 minutes.
Really?
Get out the car. Like, damn, bro, y'all need to break this up. That's when the neighbors get to coming outside and stuff. That's when I'm like, bro, we gotta get up out of here, bro. I got a pistol on me. I'm not trying to get caught with this. I'm already fighting the case. They get to tripping. He let him go. He up on me. As soon as he up, I drew down on him. I'm like, bro, is this what you want, bro? He like, you threatened me saying you got a pistol. I'm like, bro, all right. He shot, I weaved him, I shot him.
How many times did you shoot?
I don't know. I know it was like at least 4 times. I had already had mine out, you know what I'm saying, before he drew. And when he drew, he shot it. That's when I emptied.
Did you ever talk to Charles after that?
Yeah, he came to me the next day. He was like, I can't really deal with it. He was like, man, I feel bad. It shouldn't have went that way. And it came to that they wasn't really actually friends. I say full responsibility. You know what I'm saying? My cousin got a whole family. I didn't even have to talk to you, but I'm just trying to get the heat off my gut.
I got a lot of respect for you for stepping up and doing the right thing. I wish you'd have done it back in May, but I get it.
To be honest with you, between me and you, know I fell in love. I don't want her to know what's going on because I didn't want to put her in this situation.
Of course.
I was trying to find out and get married, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't know what that's like, you know what I'm saying? So I really kind of, now I got to tell her what's really going on for real.
Appreciate it.
Well, I appreciate you for doing something.
No, seriously, man, I appreciate you. Thank you.
So the Charles to tell myself, though.
Count on it. I'll do that, all right? Wanting to do the right thing in the event that it may help his cousin out a little bit. So, and he admitted that it was kind of a bad idea to do what he did, and it kind of, by pulling that gun out, it kind of escalated it to another level. The victim, him, and the other defendant, Charles Boaz, you know, all three of them kind of let this get to a point where it shouldn't have. This case, it's a sad story. This is one that certainly could have been avoided. And the real victim here is ultimately it's going to be that little girl that grows up without a father.
Here's with his dad. So sweet. These were just precious, precious times. I love this picture. Once Chloe came along, it was all about their unit. I think that would have been a really beautiful life. I really do.
Kim was always life of the party, great smile, had great stories to tell.
Kim was gentle and kind. He would have done anything. And he had that kind of a heart.
What I miss most about him is he would pop up at the house like his dad used to. Kim would come over and he'd follow me all over the house.
You want to see something cool? Check this out. Look at this. Hold on. That's some shrimp. Like Daddy, right? Oh, yeah.
So different losing someone in this way. To lose a younger person, and for such a stupid reason, it's just devastating. He would have really enjoyed life. Was that Daddy and baby Chloe? That's Daddy and Chloe when she's a teeny weeny baby. Forever, she's always going to want to know the other half of her and never get to know that and never get to know how much he loved her. I just don't want the way he went out to be the story that's left of who he was or who he is, because that's not the case. He was so much more than that.